Is going on, you guys? I know that there are over 600 people watching Tom Buck's live stream, so I'm gonna let the countdown timer do its thing. And I know Tom was looking to end his stream soon, so I'll let the countdown timer, we'll hang out, we'll chill. I actually took advantage, and we're gonna go over some Rodecaster Pro things. So that is, kind of exciting. But what's up with you guys? What's cracking? Is it Monday? It's Monday. Oh, let me do this. Let me do some changes over here. Twenty days to go. 20. Today is day 80. I am at the tail end. How exciting. What is poppin', you guys? Let's get it cracking. Let's see. I know, super exciting. Super exciting. What is going on? How are you guys doing? Super dope. I stole some clips. I took advantage of the clip option on Tom's stream. So we're gonna go over some stuff. Trying to capitalize. Let's see. I'm gonna try to get a screen share going. So let's see. Oh, all of these folders are crazy. Screen share, cool. I know what I need to do. I'm gonna move this over back this way. And perfect. All right, good. Let's go back over here. I just practiced some preview mode, wanted to make sure that the screen share was working. So get the screen share up and running. I'll sit up straight. All right. What is cracking, you guys? How are you guys doing? What is popping? I am back, another day of mobile streaming on the go. I am on location in Connecticut at Angie's house. 20 days to go, day 80. Right over here. There you go. Just day 80. I can't believe it, day 80. Definitely coming up on that. It's like I'm coming over that last hump, like, okay, I gotta stream tonight. All right, and then I'm getting busier with work. So that's just, with it being home buying season, me getting busier with work and just doing this now for 80 days consistently, literally no breaks. I know when I was trying to get advice from different people that have done it, like Gretchen and Mr. Camera Junkie, I spoke to even Chris Williams, not Chris Williams, Koa is barking because she's locked up in the room. She's very upset. But anyway, when I was trying to get advice from people who have done the 100 days challenge, one of the things that Gretchen had said for her streams, what she does sometimes is that she'll do like live premieres. If she knows that she's not going to be in a place where, let's say, the internet isn't good enough for streaming, she'll do a pre-recorded video, do it as a live premiere, and then show up in the chat live so that she's still active and she's still launching something. It's still content that she's created for that day. And I thought that I was gonna have to do it at some point, because 100 days to do it consistently every day is, thanks Paul, I appreciate you. 100 days to do it consistently, definitely a challenge, right? It's like I'm between Connecticut, Philadelphia, working, doing first-time home buyer stuff. So I was like, man, that's, great feedback. I haven't done it yet there have been some circumstances, like I thought about doing it a few times this week while at Angie's house to kind of do a live premiere, but I was like, you know what, I think that this is kind of what the name of the game is, of really understanding that not all days are going to be perfect. Not all days are going to be in my home studio with, you know, the backdrop that I've set up and the camera and the microphone and all of that good stuff. Some days it's going to be on the go mobile, and it's allowed me to learn and to like make sure that I have the right kit and the right pieces of gear in my travel gear. So I'm glad that I've kind of done it my way, but it has absolutely been challenging to say the least. Oh, hey girl, how are you doing? Thanks for joining us. But what I wanted to do was, so I promised you guys that I was going to do some stuff today in the basement. Neither of us did stuff. We had to do other stuff. So neither of us got to the basement, but we did talk about it. So instead of me going to IKEA to get a new desk, Angie decided that the desk that she has here on the first floor, we can take downstairs. So just repurposing some stuff that she already has, and just kind of thinking through that stuff. She also heard about all the plans that I said I was going to do on yesterday's stream, and she's like, okay, how about we simplify this just a little bit? And we kind of talked through some things, so that was really good. I posted in the LGL Facebook group I know that Richard and I, we spoke because he just got a portable monitor that Doc got a few months ago, and I was going to get that one, but I've been holding off. Now that I've been doing more traveling, and not even with the 100 days, but like when I'm at Angie's house, when I'm doing bank work, I need two screens to kind of have, let's say, tax returns up and a client's application up. And it's better when I use dual monitors. So traveling more recently, I've felt that pain of, I can really use a second monitor. So I've been eyeing it, but I'm like, saw that one of the portable monitors that Best Buy sells. So they sell portable monitors from Lenovo, from Asus, and Acer. I was eyeing the Lenovo one and the Asus one. No, the Acer one. I was eyeing the Acer one and the Lenovo one. And the Lenovo one, 15.6-inch screen, I shared it in the group, went on sale today for like $60 cheaper or $70 cheaper. It was down to what, $170. So for a 15.6 1080p portable screen, that's actually really good. So I pulled the trigger and I decided to buy it because I have Best Buy Total Tech, I have the warranty, I had the gift card money. So I was like, all right, cool, no problem. Yes, K-Walk, we're going to talk a little bit about, let me just bring some of this stuff down, talk a little bit about some of the stuff that Tom talked about. But the portable monitor gets delivered tomorrow. So we'll do an unboxing tomorrow and, you know, we'll go through all of that. I'm actually really excited for that. And that's that. But what are you guys, so like right now we got 4 people watching, and like K-Walk just said, over at Tom Buck's live stream, and Paul is doing dual streaming because the Rodecaster Pro, the Rodecaster Pro 2, so the RCP2 has officially been released today. It was leaked a few weeks ago and now everybody's been kind of going crazy. You can pre-order right now. The pre-orders are open, and then they start to get shipped in 21 days. So depending on how many orders go out, you know how that is. You get pushed to the bottom of, you know, the list if they've already reached their limit for that 21 days. I think I may end up selling the ZV-1. I thought about keeping it, but now it's like, oh, I can absolutely use the ZV-1 cash to buy the Rodecaster Pro 2. And then I've wrestled with maybe selling the Rodecaster Pro, the OG, but then I thought about I can put that here in the studio downstairs and have, like, you know, a more permanent station with my sound pads and different things. So I'm like, I'm not sure yet if I end up getting, I'm like, I was on the fence of selling the ZV-1, but now seeing the price point of the Rodecaster Pro and knowing that I ordered the ZV-E10 and things like that, I don't really use, I've said this multiple times, where I know that I'll use a lot of those features. of the RCP2. So unfortunately, that means that I have to wait till I get back home, because I am using the ZV-1 right now to live stream for my mobile live streams, and then my box and everything where, I get the most return on my investment is at home. So I'll pre-order it, but I will pre-order it later on in the week when I get my money, and then just kind of go from there. Yes, Paul is giving you guys the warning. Watching the stream can cause sudden bursts of gas. As long as your credit cards are out of reach, it will pass. Warning. So definitely. Was going to treat myself to a 12-inch iPad, but lo and behold, I may need an Rodecaster Pro. And then the same thing, I saw your comment that you may give yours to your brother, and because you guys do the stream together, I think that that's right, a good value. You know that he can use it. You guys are doing your live stream together. You guys have your show together. So just to help him level up his game, I think that that would be a really cool gift and a really cool justification to get the Rodecaster Pro 2 for yourself. Thank you, Paul. Just reminding you guys, don't forget to hit that like button. What is poppin'? How are you? Thank you for coming through. Let's see. Let's come over here. But this is what you guys are really here for. You guys are really here for all of this. So let's just do it. Let me see. I want to kind of do this in order. Okay, so let's look at and I need to bring my comments up. All right, cool. I think. So this is going to be, I took a handful of clips. I didn't clip everything. Let me go back. There you go. I took a handful of different clips of things that I can just talk about tonight, and we can talk about this collectively. I kind of labeled them. I used Paul's Messenger as a placeholder. So I got these all set up. So this one is going to be the side-by-side comparison of the Rode. Oh, no, I don't have system audio. Hold on. I installed it. I could have sworn I installed it. Hold on, guys. I was trying to think of everything. It's one of those things. You try to think of everything, and you don't. So let me go to audio. Okay, I did install it all the time. Boom. So now we do have, I had to restart my computer. I kept forgetting, and I think I ended up doing it last night. So I do have system audio. Now it's not muted. So when I hit play, we should be good to go. Paul says, wonder what the old Rodecaster Pro will sell for. Going to have to put mine up for sale. Right, definitely. I thought about it, and it's one of those things. I'm still kind of torn, but at least if I sell the ZV-1 first, I get the money, which I know will sell, because you guys know cameras are in short supply right now, and I have some goodies and stuff that I can sell a good value add package with it. I also have the extended warranty through Best Buy, which covers accidental care, and you can transfer that warranty to a new owner. So that'll also increase the resale value as well. Oh, so that's good. I'm talking through this with you guys, but I'll sell it, have decent resale value, use that cash to place the order, keep my Rodecaster Pro until then that also will help me not worry about, even if my pre-order doesn't come till July or something, I can continue to use my Rodecaster Pro. And then I'll either, once I get the new one, I can either decide to sell it depending on what the resale value goes for, or probably keep it. Honestly, I would probably keep it, bring it to Angie's house, and that's just one less piece of gear that I don't have to worry about. Then I don't have to worry about like audio stuff. It'll be good to go. But time will tell. Let's see, Luis, que lo que? I know you were hanging out in Tom's stream, so good seeing you here. Gabe says he's about to sell his, and what I did not do was, let me come over. I did not, and let me do this the right way. Come over here, and let's just do a circle right quick. Let's do a circle. I can do a squircle, I guess. And I'll come over here on the corner. Put myself on the corner. Let's see. Rodecaster Pro selling for $700. We'll start shipping June 15th. Thank you, Paul. going for a full relaunch of live stream on LinkedIn in July. So getting ready and hopefully have a Rodecaster Pro 2 by then. That's dope. Definitely super dope. Still frame of Tom Buck and Heather. Nice. Okay. Just going to say that. All right, cool, cool, cool. So let's do this. So this one right now, what we're going to look at is the side-by-side comparison. So I'm going to play you guys. All right, so that's playing.
Motion sickness.
I can't hear it.
So here's a side-by-side comparison. Original Rodecaster,
because I don't have headphones.
Rodecaster 2.
I'll let you guys hear it.
Here, if I put this.
I kind of watch this stuff.
Don't do that.
Here, I'm gonna have to.
Do I not?
I'm just gonna turn it off real quick.
I'm gonna mute myself really quick.
We will wait for a second because I don't want to break anything. And there we go. Enough. Okay, so if I set it literally on top, basically, there. I don't know if you can see that, but basically, if you have the original Rodecaster and you chopped off channel 1, like you just cut it at the gold dot, it's that size. It's a little bit shorter, but what it doesn't have is, since the original kind of like goes up like this, like
I muted myself. I don't have I don't have headphones.
That way she won't get.
So I can't hear it because then it's going to cause an echo.
So here's a side-by-side comparison. Original Rodecaster, Rodecaster 2. Yeah, so they are, here, if I put this on top, oh.
Don't do that.
Here, I'm going to have to, I'm just going to turn it off real quick. We'll wait for it to power down. We will wait for a second because I don't want to break anything. And there we go. Enough. Okay, so if I set it literally on top, basically, there, I don't know if you can see that, but basically, if you have the original Rodecaster and you chopped off channel 1, like you just cut it at the gold dot, it's that size. It's a little bit shorter, but what it doesn't have is, since the original kind of like goes up like this, like
So you saw the side-by-side comparison. It's basically like just about as wide from front to back. It's or deep from front to back. The width from left to right, yeah, I guess deep is just as deep from front to back, but then from left to right, the way Tom described it is that if you cut off, let's say, the first input, it's basically from the second input all the way down. And then the differences there is that with the current, the OG model, it has kind of like a little bit of a lip in the back. That's actually how I mount mine, because it's like a little bit of an L, like a hook kind of, a lip. And I take that lip and I mount it on a VESA laptop mount, and I put the lip over the laptop VESA mount, and then I put the flat part. So what happens is with the lip, it kind of hooks on and it secures it to the VESA mount kind of like this, and then the back stays flat. So I actually did like that. However, what's the big hype with the Rodecaster Pro? Just got here. Is it more for live streaming? So it's more, hey, Pirate Bay, what's going on? I always say Pirate Bay. Pirate Broadcast. Don't get mad at me for saying that. But it's I would say now geared more towards everyone. It's more of a universal device. That's my personal opinion. That's what I got from watching Tom and listening to how he's described it. Because now the back has both MIDI, they're combo jacks, so it's both MIDI and XLR inputs. So now musicians can take full advantage of it. They don't need a separate interface if they have different pieces of gear like guitars and things like that. Tom was talking about with the devices, if you're like a gamer, that the way the stream has it is that, not the stream, but like the devices, that there is for like a chat audio mixer and then on stream chat or something. But he said that basically you can connect 2 separate computers to it at the same time and then level out and keep the chats and the audios separate. So he said that with gamers, because right, you're doing on-screen chat, but then you're also chatting with your community, so you can control your, like I play Call of Duty. I know that you'd play Call of Duty too, right? So if we're playing Call of Duty live together, we're chatting because we're in the game together, and you're telling me, watch out for that sniper that's in the building, right? So we can control the chat between us in the game and route that in But then we can also have the chat online and control that. So definitely flexibility there. What else? He did say a lot more features that like for live streamers and things like that. Definitely with, I didn't listen too much because I was trying to prepare for the stream, but so let's go into that next. And Lewis answers it perfectly. Designed for everyone, podcasters, musicians, streamers, voiceover. The voiceover, let's check this out. West Side, what's cracking? Like that it has mount screws. It's geared for streamers, podcasters, musicians. All right, cool. So let's go in. Let me come back over here. This right here, the smart pads, and I did 2 clips for the smart pads. So let's look at the smart pads option here.
Here's what we can do. We can do 8 pages of pads currently. You can do all the sound effects like normal. So everything the original Rodecaster can do, exactly the same here. But now you also have voice effects and mix actions, including reverb. So if you want to have one that triggers a voice effect or triggers a certain like mix action like ducking or something like that, or a certain EQ setting, you can set all of that to the pads themselves. The EQ effects can apply to single channels or all.
Look how cute this is. It's like,
That's a nice looking
like it.
device.
really cool. It like
Yeah, I
fits your
feel like it
aesthetic.
looks
I love the
more
colors on it.
compact.
Yeah, it's and there's more colors. There's not just there's the whole freaking spectrum is in there.
Sorry, I don't.
Yeah, what was it saying? Oh, if you have an EQ, here's what we can do.
So that's
We can
part
do 8
1.
pages of pads.
Hold on, what's happening
currently.
here?
You can do all the
This-
sound
oh, this
effects
one's
like
still
normal.
playing.
So
Hold on.
Everything the original Rodecaster
So the smart
can do
pads.
exactly
Oh,
the
I
same
got stuff
here.
playing.
But now you also
One
have voice
second,
effects
guys.
and mix actions, including reverb. So if you want to have one that
So
triggers
we're
a voice
good.
effect
So I
or
just
triggers
closed out the smart pads. I did that one twice. Let's look at this one here. This one is like a second part for
other
the
channels.
smart pad buttons options.
Midi triggers. You can control DAWs and they are totally customizable. So these are Midi triggers and they are programmable with if you have a digital audio workstation, if you want to use it with Logic or Adobe Audition or Pro Tools or whatever, you can set this up specifically for that as
You
well.
have 546 people
Trying
here. I
not
had
to
to take a
think about
picture because that's nuts.
Yeah, he had like 640 something people watching at some
this
point.
is an exciting
I
one.
think Kevin had
There's
said
an
it.
incoming update.
Kevin
so at
Cox
some
had said
point you
that
will be able
Tom
to
had
pin
more
sound
people
pads
watching
to a
his
page.
stream
So if you have like
on the
you know,
launch
if you're
than
someone who makes a lot of
Rode
hilarious
did
jokes all the time,
when
and you
they
need the,
launched it on
like,
their channel,
the
which
rim
is
shot to
insanity.
happen, and you don't want to lose that when you cycle through the pages, you can just pin that to a page, so even when you go through, that pad won't change. And of course, since these are
So, and I didn't listen to that part per se, so I stopped, and I totally forgot about the headphones. But one of the things, and you guys know that I love my sound effects, before I really started taking advantage of the sound effects, and I still use my sound effects on the Rodecaster Pro. I use more of a combo now between the Stream Deck and the Rodecaster Pro, but I have my dedicated, like the Metal Gear Solid, that sound. One of the things that he said, and I think he said it in this clip here, that I can wholeheartedly relate to is, so I have 2 full pages of sound effects that I would normally use, but the banks get kind of, you know, you got to go through pages because it's 8 buttons, so then I got to swipe and back and forth. If there's, let's say, 1 or 2 that you consistently use all the time, you can make like the banks, one of the buttons, like a sticky so that it stays in the same spot in every single page and you don't have to reprogram it. So I can see myself doing that, right, with like the your sound effect, and when I do the coño sound effect, just having those on every single page, regardless of what page I'm on, and then just continuing to customize that way. What I'm most excited for, and I almost got a Go XLR until I found out, before I got the Rodecaster Pro, until I found out that you couldn't use the Go XLR with Macs, it was PC only, was the voice effects. And so, you know, listen, this is not like a must, but you guys already know my personality, how I stream, how I like to use sound effects, and how, for me, that's how I engage with you guys. So I was like, oh, just when you're thinking about it, having all of these different options. So having kind of like a Go XLR combined with and a really good quality audio interface with a sound effects button, with like your it's all of those things, podcasting, music, loop back, really good loop back style, mix minus style stuff. It's like, man, and for it to only be 700, where a brand new Rodecaster, you can get them anywhere from 500 when they're on sale all the way up to 600. For it to be $100 more. The other thing that Tom said was about the internals, that all of the internals are even better. So like when you talk about the audio processing, which I absolutely love, the audio processing, when I'm in the house, I take advantage of the noise gate. It absolutely works in my house. The big bottom, the Aphex and things like that, the de-esser. Tom said that as good as it was before, they're even better. So for me, I'm not like an audio engineer, and I thought that it does a good job. The Rodecaster Pro does a good job. To hear that it does an even better job, it's like, oh, I can't wait for that. The pads now all have ducking. So again, in a circumstance where if you have, when with Angie and I, if we're present together and we want to do the recording, I can now choose the ducking for both of our channels so that when she actively starts talking, it'll lower mine and vice versa to kind of do that automatically so that you don't have to like worry about that too much in post-processing. When you really start to list all of the features and benefits, it's like, okay. And if you're going to take advantage of all of those things, if you've been getting by with an audio interface that just has 1 or 2 XLR inputs, then no, you probably won't need. But for some of us, I think probably all of us in the stream here that do have the Rodecaster Pro, I know we are taking advantage of almost all of its features. The only thing I would say that maybe the majority of us haven't really capitalized on is the multiple inputs that we have, and that's due to the pandemic. I don't know if, let's say in a year from now, things truly start to open up, we probably would start taking advantage of that more often. I'll say that last year I did do, not remote, but I did a hybrid event for an agency in New Jersey. I took my Rodecaster Pro, I plugged in all 4 XLR inputs and I used them to 4 different microphones. I had 4 different cameras. So I absolutely have taken advantage of it once. I earned more than enough money from that job. So just from that job alone and taking advantage of it once in 1 year, it's paid for itself, right? That's the value in it for me. So even being able to have a device that if I do one event like that a year, I would hope to do more than 1 a year, but you guys get the point, right? If I do one event where I'm doing a hybrid event and I have 5 different cameras, 5 different microphones, all connected, you can control it. It's gonna do now all of those things with the ducking so that the sound sounds good and all of that. Listen, that's amazing. So let's see. Maybe they'll have a built-in dock effect. I know. I'm excited for the voice effect. See, people, because me and you, Louis, like we goofy, like we like to give value to the community, but I know me and you have that good sense of humor that we both, I can see, so Louis, when we both get it, we got to do a stream together. I'll come on your show, you come on my show. Then me and you and Doc have to get together because it'll just be a laugh fest. You know that because the 3 of us together are stupid. So we'll 100, like, we'll just make people laugh and cry all night. 600 plus in a stream. Let's see, the biggest flex, you will only add noise right with a cloud lifter, 100%. So that was from Rode itself. I was watching where the guy, I forget, he's like the face of Rode on the YouTube channels. He was in a clubhouse room and they started asking him, this was just a few weeks ago, and I heard the audio, and one of the things that he spoke about specifically was about the digital signal processor with the internals of the new Rodecaster Pro. And because of the gain, I think I saw in the stream that it has like up to now 76 decibels of gain. And it's so quiet and it's so clean, the amps, that you don't need a cloud lifter for any mics. So like the people who use the Rode Pod mic, the SM7B, those type of mics, where it's a gain hungry microphone and you would connect a cloud lifter or a FET head, you no longer need it. And they've tested it. And what they've said is that by bringing one of those types of devices in, it actually makes the microphone sound worse, and you're going to actually bring noise into it. So then what does that do, right? Like a cloud lifter, a single XLR cloud lifter is $150. If you have that, you can now sell that off as well. And I wouldn't say necessarily sell it, but you get what I'm saying, like, right? The less things that you bring into your setup, the less chance for failure, the easier it will be to pinpoint failure if something does go wrong, less cables, all of that stuff. When you can start really minimizing things with one device, as long as that one device does it really well, that's actually super dope. Let's go back. So I wanted to show the bottom because you guys have already mentioned it. And James Hicks knew, because my setup, my Rodecaster Pro right now is mounted on a laptop VESA mount on an arm. So I have a monitor arm that's clamped to my desk. I have two arms. One arm is using a extension for my teleprompter. Then the other one has a VESA mount connected to it. Then I connect a VESA adapter. I connected the laptop adapter, and the Rodecaster Pro just sits on the laptop adapter. Well, now I can just take that laptop VESA adapter off. And let's check this out. How dope is this? So let me just bring this back. And this is the back of the Rodecaster Pro.
About this. There's a giant 3/8" mount here, and there's also a Versa mount. So if you want to put this on like a swivel arm, you can do that without any additional like hardware or anything. Let's look at this angle. Let me pause this right here.
So VESA mount plus what is that? That's 3/8 quarter adapter. Let me bring the chat up. Hey, Purple Paisley Planner, what is poppin'? How are you? So, okay, so you have the 4 mounts, and that's probably 100 by 100 for the VESA mount adapter. So now, again, if you have a desktop similar to how I have my desktop, clamp that right on. You can finesse a really nice angle between up and down angle, left and right angle of the laptop itself. Not the laptop, the Rodecaster Pro 2. Swing it out of the way when you're not using it. So that'll help eliminate desktop space, again, depending on your setup. The other thing is with that 3/8 mount, you can technically also mount that if you get a heavy duty arm, you can mount that to your wall. You can mount that kind of like on a tripod stand, a microphone stand. So if you are traveling, depending on where you're going, it has to be like, let's say like a C stand or something. It got to be a heavy duty stand, depending on how heavy that is. But I'm even thinking the way my desk is against the wall. I can get a nice arm, clamp that to the wall itself, and then just have something maybe like an articulating arm, right? Like a flex arm where you can normally put lights, something that's, you drill it into one of the studs. It'll be articulating, can swing in, swing out, and mount it on the wall that way. If you want it, you can mount it on a VESA mount on the desktop. So super versatile options, which I saw that and I was like, yeah, that's dope. Exactly. Paul says, love the fact that it has a 3/8 and a VESA mount adapter, because it's like, again, you take that, and I'm just also thinking about if you take it on the go, if you have a C stand, you know, the way I know that Caleb Pike did it, and Casey, I forget his last name, but the channel is called Make Art Now. He did a super dope C stand. I know that Keely from Discord for Creators, I know her, I want to say FH Umpires, but Keely Dunn, she took advantage of both of those videos, and she did a really nice C-stand pole adapter thing for her desk, a moving desk. I've been thinking about it for having something upstairs. I'm still trying to figure out which way I want to go, because I do want to have a mobile desk set up for when I'm on my main floor and I don't want to hang out in the basement all day. But you get something like that mounted on a C-stand, an arm, a swing arm. It's like, oh, this is like super cool. I'm really excited for it. Facebook user already pre-ordered. B&H had a great breakdown interview, so I got to check that out. I was too busy watching the stream and then getting ready for my stream and trying to get these clips ready. Oh, Josh Yeo from Make Art Now. Yeah, his stuff, I love his stuff. Like, just because he does things from, like, with cinematography aspect as well. So it's, like, really pretty to watch. It's really like, oh, I love his stuff. I'm just like, oh, so great. So amazing. Let's see. And then, oh, I did ask this question and someone else asked it as
I'm
well.
excited.
Let me just, nope. Come back. Actually, did we look at the back? We did not really look at the back. So let's look at the back really quick.
There are some changes.
So you guys can see
You have 4 XLR inputs.
the back.
Which are combo jacks.
So there you go. You can see that there are 4
because
XLR
this
/ MIDI
is really
inputs,
also
which is
geared
really
towards
cool. If
music,
you
like,
are a musician,
legitimately,
can
not
plug
as
that
an
in there.
afterthought.
You have 4
quarter-inch
headphone
left and
jacks.
right outputs.
You have 4 your
4
external
quarter-inch
speakers.
jacks. You have 2
Those are all
USB-C
1/4-inch
ports.
adapters.
And then you
2
have
USB-C, so then you can connect 2 different
you have
computers.
Ethernet.
You
and then you
have,
have the
let me
USB
pause it right
power.
quick. 2 USB-C ports, you can connect 2 different computers, an Ethernet port, a micro SD port, and then charging is USB-C. So they changed the power, not charging, but power. They changed the power input altogether. The OG has kind of like a barrel adapter, and it's with like a little locking nut that you put it. Now it's USB-C. So it's so funny because, and what that means for those of you guys that don't necessarily know, is that you can actually take the OG with an adapter. So you have to buy a specific Rode adapter, and it looks the same, but on the other end it's USB. You can connect that to a power bank. Hold on, guys, hold on. Because I did it. I bought it for when I was on the go because I didn't want to have to be limited. Last year when I did that event, you can connect it to a power bank kind of like this. And the OG Rodecaster Pro will work with this type of adapter. All right, let me just make sure, right? So this is regular power bank. I don't even know. I think this is Anchor. Does it tell me? This is 20,000 milliamps. So I have both USB-C on here and then regular USB. So I had bought the adapter from Rode, and then with that adapter, it's barrel locking nut, you put it in, and then you connect it to a power bank. You can make your Rodecaster Pro, the current one, completely portable with a strong enough power bank. It just depends on how long it's gonna last. Now with this new one, you don't need that special adapter. So you can connect it to, let's say, if one of your hubs supplies power, you can connect it to a power, you can connect it to a regular power brick, USB-C, and power it that way, which gives you more options for portability as well as easier options for how you're gonna connect things, which I think is super dope. The micro SD card, the Ethernet port. So let's just come back and I can play it. I don't know if there was anything else there.
3 USB-C. So you have your power one, and then you have these 2 here. So you can literally run it to 2 computers at the same time. You can record to an external hard.
All right. And then we'll go into what's the Ethernet
That's
port.
a good question. So,
port 4.
This is huge. This is so huge. Sorry, I'm excited. Built-in Wi-Fi, built-in Bluetooth connectivity. That's for more than just like the one phone call thing. Like you can use Bluetooth headsets with it if you want to. You can use you never have to plug it into your computer to update it or transfer files if you don't want to. It can all just be done wirelessly, and it works really the Wi-Fi works really well. I've gotten to play with that, and it's amazing. So that means when you want to do firmware updates, you just do that. You can also do that via Ethernet. So if you wanted to route it into like your network, you could do that. And then also from what I've been.
So that's super dope. It has Wi-Fi and Ethernet built in. And that's all I have, I think, to share it. Yeah, because the smart buttons, we went over the smart buttons, Rodecaster Pro Ethernet, the back, the bottom, the back. Oh, let's see, what's this?
ASMR happening They're smoother than the original, and they're even marked a little darker so you can see exactly where they are. You can color code. I lost my power cable, but you can color code instead of this always being like pink, green, blue, orange.
I like
You
this
can
as well.
color
I
code the
like
channels
being able to
and the
control
headphones to match
the
any way that
colors
you
and
want.
really assign what's
You've
what.
still got your 8 sound pads, but now you have physical page switch buttons. So if you want to go between your libraries instead of having to go through the screen, you can go right here. Record button has been moved over here. And now to interact with the display, it's all full touch, of course, but you also have this tactile, clicky knob button.
Tom is funny.
thingamajig. So we got that going for us.
And then that's everything that I clipped for this evening. I see that it is Glitch on Facebook. What is cracking, Brian? How are you? Thank you for coming through. He says, I do wish I still kind of had a front headphone jack to split the headphone one. I don't always use Bluetooth, but I can pass through the computer if I need to. Yeah, I always use number one as well in the front. I've been used to that. I did enjoy having that. So it's like, but I totally understand with that there. Rich says he canceled the CalDigit T4 from B&H to get the new one. Yeah, definitely. And then, yeah, I like that because that's what I'm using now. So I have the lav mic up over here on the shirt. I'm connected wirelessly, right? So right now I have it. This is how I did it yesterday on the stream, but I have the Rode Wireless Goes connected into the receiver, connected into the Sony ZV-1. And then I messed around with the audio levels on the camera. And then I'm just using the cam link to bring the audio and the video from the ZV-1 so that I didn't put all of those ports on my computer. But even, I've thought about it. It's like when I'm home, there are times if I want to do like an unboxing or something where I want to walk around a little bit, my Rodecaster Pro is permanently connected to my desktop. If I want to bring in the Rode Wireless Goes, or even like when Angie's streaming with me, it's easier for us to use the 2 receivers instead of trying to share one mic or do 2 different mics. At that point, we can just be more natural and more free by using the Rode Wireless Goes. So I have used it with the Rodecaster Pro, but then you have to get the 3.5 millimeter to XLR jack and connect that to one of the XLR inputs on the Rodecaster Pro. That was thanks to Richard. Richard shared that with me. It works, but I noticed kind of the sound quality isn't as good going in that way. It could be the cable that I got. So I stopped using it that way. And so when I want to use my Rode Wireless Go receivers, I actually just connect it directly through the computer through USB. And then I use the Rode Connect app. So being able to keep my receiver permanently, when I'm home, permanently connected to the Rodecaster Pro, and when I just feel like, because especially for the bank, sometimes like it's just stupid comments. You know how people are who are not streamers. It's like, I roll my eyes, and I'm sure Kathy can relate, because it's like you get on a Zoom call or like a WebEx call or a Teams call, and I have my Lewitt, and I sound great, and they're like, oh my God, what are you, a DJ? What are you? And I'm like, can we just get to business? So there are just some times when I jump on a business call that I just want to either have my lav mic or have this hidden somewhere like in a jacket pocket or something like that, right? Like if I can have the lav mic and just have it out of view and then, not worry about the microphone, especially if I'm doing presentations. I don't want to have the microphone in the way. I just want to be able to talk, do the presentation, look at the camera, and not worry about that distraction. For you guys, it's not a distraction because you understand the value in it. But for people who are not streamers and are not used to it, it's a distraction. So in that realm, I would absolutely love, I can't wait for me to, and even like I have the NTG, right? The Rode NTG that I use as the Video Micro NTG that I'm using as an overhead camera. To be able to keep those two connected via USB-C to my Rodecaster Pro, let the Rodecaster Pro do all the work. I am I'm here for all of this. So now it's like, oh my God, the end of the week, I want to go home, I want to put my Sony up for sale, hurry up and make the quick buck, get the money, place the pre-order, and then be good to go, and then just silently wait for it. So I'm super excited for that. Let's see. Lewis says, I'm thinking about mounting it Vesa. So I'm excited to see everybody's setups because like for me, I already have the setup. But again, even thinking about it, do I want to put something to the wall? You can, like, there's so many more options with that Vesa mount, but super dope, super exciting for that. Pyro Broadcast says, I'm at work. I have to go. I'll catch. Appreciate you. Have a good day at work. Be safe. You can then bring it up via the phone connector. Have I done that? I don't know if I've done that. All right, so I'll try that next glitch. I don't think and I have the cables, obviously. I'm using it now the same way. So I'll try that. I just ended up, you know what I did? I ended up buying the Rode, and I keep talking about this. You probably know glitch. I ended up buying the Rode AI Micro, which then when you combine the Rode AI Micro and you use the Rode Connect app on your computer, the Rode AI Micro opens up the 4 digital presets, like the big bottom, the off-X, the limiter, the big bottom, the de-esser, the noise gate, and the off-X, AFX option on the Rode Connect. So that's what I usually will do when I'm home to kind of get the best quality possible with all of those 4. So let's see. All right. Yes, you can relate, especially with my big, right? Exactly that, because you know it sounds good, but you get on and they're like, probably like, Miss Walker, oh my goodness, are you a DJ? Are you a podcaster? You sound so good. That microphone, her. And you just want to get straight to the point of the meeting. And then you entertain them. Oh yeah, Listen, let's just get straight into it. So I knew Kathy could absolutely relate. My brother will be down for Juneteenth, so he'll take the Rodecaster Pro. Oh, that's nice. And I just have to sit and wait for the 2. That's not nice. So did you pre-order already? If you pre-ordered already, then Juneteenth through, if it comes out on the 21st or whatever, the time frame should be right there. My concern is if you didn't pre-order, then it's like, girl, what are you waiting for? I'm not good at waiting for something to arrive. Paul, you know me and you are the same boat, because we both, when we were trying to pre-order the ZV-E10, we're both like, well, will it get shipped to the store quicker? Will it get shipped to my house? Like, So I use it via phone on my boozy show when there are 4 guests, and it's as the pursuit, so I still need to talk. All right, cool. So I'll check that out. Thanks for that. Very cool. Very cool. All right. Well, that is all she wrote for this evening. I'll be back home on Friday. I'm staying through the week. Angie's birthday is on Thursday. So I just decided to save myself gas, the commute, because to go back home, it's 3.5 hours. And then to come back on Thursday or Wednesday night, another 3.5 hours. So that's like 7 hours. Decided to save myself a whole day worth of traveling. Decided to save myself $150 worth of gas round trip of traveling, and probably another $70 in tolls. So I just ended up saying, I have my work laptop. That's all I need. So I'm going to hang out here till Friday. We will be going back home to my house to celebrate in Philly. We're going to turn up. Super excited because it's Memorial Day weekend. It's Angie's birthday. So we're going to go to K-Walk. We're going to go to Morgan's Pier. Have you been to Morgan's Pier down by Spruce Street Harbor? Angie took me to celebrate when I bought the house on April 30th last year. We went to Morgan's Pier. I think they had just opened up a week before, and we got drinks and hung out right on the waterfront, right under the bridge. So we'll probably go to Morgan's Pier because they have cool like DJ night and stuff like that. So I'm very excited to celebrate with Angie this week. Tomorrow we'll do the unboxing, and I'm super stoked to go over the portable monitor that I bought, connect that to the computer, see how that all adds into the mix, and being able to split my screen with both. I know that's going to be so helpful. So I'm stuck with you. Yes, I am stuck with you. Good Father's Day present for you, Rich. Listen, justify it. Justify it, bro. Let's see. Happy birthday to her. Aw, thanks, Glitch. I appreciate you. Appreciate you so much. Let's see, not to mention stress, right? Because you know that traffic, I'd be stressed out with the traffic and the wait. So you are 100% right. So we are going to end it this evening. It's 10:30. I've been streaming a little bit later because, you know, when I'm here, the kiddos, their bedtime. But once we get the basement set up, I'll be able to stream back at an earlier time because that gives me a little bit more privacy. in the basement where I can close the door. The kids can kind of do their own thing. Angie can do her own thing. But sharing the house, I want to make sure that I'm mindful to everybody and it's just easier for all of us. So I appreciate you guys as a community supporting me and still hanging out with me as I do the later streams. That is very much appreciated. And guys, day 80, can you believe it? Day 80, 20 days to go. I can't believe it. I'm still like, I can't believe that I've been doing this and I haven't missed a day. I'm very proud of myself. Now that I'm coming towards the tail end, like when I really start to put it into perspective, I have not missed a day. I have live streamed for 80, Paul and me, because Paul hasn't missed a day neither. I know there was 1 or 2 times that he was going to be worried that he missed a day. I think Paul missed one day in these last 80 days. And the one day he missed was a Monday. And that was when I first started and I didn't change the time to, and I streamed at the same time as ENN. And then I was like, you know what, for Mondays, we can move it to later. So the last couple of Mondays, even when I'm home, I've been doing the stream between 8 and 8:30, which allows Paul to moderate for ENN. And then he immediately moves over to my stream on Mondays. And so Paul has, if he's missed a day, it was literally, I think, that one day. He's definitely not missed any other day. And that was in the very beginning. So I'm not even counting it against him because I know that we were texting throughout the process. So Paul has been here with me all the way through. So I appreciate you, Paul. Let's see. Thank you, Mr. Riley. I appreciate you. Paul is saying if you want to help India, you can support her channel by buying her a cup of coffee or 2 or 3. I appreciate you guys. And we are going to do what we do, how we do. We will be back tomorrow with less than 20 days. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. Less than 20 days. But what I will say is, and I'm like super stoked for this because there are things, Paul, remind me tomorrow, just remind me because I'm going to go upstairs and go to sleep now. But remind me tomorrow to text you about who I spoke, super, guys, don't be mad at me because it's going to be super cryptic, the message. Who I spoke to earlier today and what they asked me that I'll be putting in the mix. Mad cryptic. That's all right. You guys love me. But I am excited because then what happens is, and then I'm going to end the stream for real, for real. But I was thinking about it. I usually stream right now. Look, we've been going for 52 minutes. My stream average every day has been about an hour. I've been doing this 80 days, 7 days a week. So 7 days a week is at least 7 hours a week that I've been streaming. When I stop the 100 days of live streaming, I will be getting back those 7 hours. But then what that will allow for me is that if I take the same 7 hours, I can absolutely record a video and edit a video within 4 hours. I can do my blog posts. I can do like so much more stuff or a combination of things on a weekly basis that I'm extremely excited for that because, you know, and Angie said, you know, one of the things you got to remember is that you've been doing this, but you have the community who's consistently holding you accountable. So it's one of those things that I will say my time now for the last 80 days has been blocked off between 7 to let's say 9 o'clock. If I take that same time block and I say, okay, you know what? Every Tuesday from 7 to 8:30, I'm going to work on my blog and I'm going to upload 1 blog post a week on my website. And then every Saturday, I'll take 3 hours out of my day and I will do pre-recorded content and I'll do editing, right? I'm excited for now what my journey is going to be and how my content will really grow. Getting back some of the time, I'm going to scrub the YouTube channel and kind of go back to the live streams and do like the SEO research and timestamps. What's the other thing I was going to say? There was something else that I know that I'll be able to do. But, oh, well, in terms of a goal. So then my next goal for me, right, this was a goal, a challenge. My next goal was this week I just hit 1,100. I just passed 1,100 subs. So now my next goal, my next stretch goal is to be at 2,000 subs. So then I'm going to start creating like the content and make sure that it's SEO keyworded right and things like that. to really push to have more people find my channel. So I'll do videos, more videos on, like, I've been thinking about doing more videos on the green screen again and those features, since I know it so well. I still have the green screen. So kind of bringing some of that stuff in, doing videos, how-to videos on Ecamm because I use it so well. And I know so much about it. Doing videos on OBS to try to create that kind of opportunity. I have a ton of road videos to do between the wireless goes, between my NTGs and things like that. So there's a lot of content that I have planned that I can just knock out and get done. And I know that that stuff is really going to help for me to take the channel to 2,000, then 3,000. So that's what I'm really excited for once these 20 days are up, to really kick my next second gear, I guess the second half of 2022 in my content creation journey. So just wanted to share that with you. See, K-Walk didn't miss neither. She's been with it with me. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, Richard. Thank you. I appreciate you. All right, you guys. Good night. Buenos nachos. I will see you guys tomorrow for day 81 with 19 days to go. Peace out, you guys.